What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be the very first time that I show you guys how to do a gel set. I am actually really nervous. If there's anything I need to work on, please comment down below. I love when everybody, lets me know how to perfect. So we're going to start off by pushing the cuticle all the way back. This process makes lifting, to prevent lifting. And after that, we're gonna remove the shine from the nail beds. This prep is very important, pushing back the cuticle and removing all the shine. That will prevent lifting, whether you're doing this on acrylic or you're doing this on a gel set. I am using the Melody Susie dust collector. That way you won't have so many dust particles around your station. And after that, I'm getting a little bit of alcohol and dehydrating the nails really quickly, just in case they have natural oils on their nail beds. Okay, and we're gonna start sizing the soft gel nail tips. I got these from Amazon and I do not remember the brand, but I will be linking it down below. Make sure that these nail tips are the right size for all of your nails. These are pre-buffed, but I don't trust it. I am gonna go back and I'm just gonna buff it myself just so they won't pop off. And I am going to start off by adding primer. I'm using the Bond-Aid primer. That's my go-to. Add a lot. Add it twice. Don't be stingy with it. That's what makes your nails last longer. So I am using the A-Press buildergel on all of their fingers and then putting into cure for 60 seconds. Make sure that before you add it into the UV light, you do clean all around their cuticle area and around the free edge. That way they won't get burned when they add it in the UV light. Before I forget, if you're going to be adding the gel on both hands, make sure that they leave their hand inside the light. That way they won't get any debris or dust on their nails, because since it is really tacky, you don't want to have to go back and clean. You want to make sure that it still has that tackiness, and you won't have little fur everywhere. But as soon as you start applying the nail tips, make sure that you add some of the builder gel on the side of the nail on the nail tip itself, and depending on how big their nail tips are, that's how much gel you're gonna put. You do not want to overflow it, so just make sure that they are very clean before adding it on there, because then you're gonna have to work a little bit more, and also their nail might burn a little bit. I think it's called a heat streak, so you want to just prevent that. Cure it for a few seconds, as long as it stays stuck, because so you can work a little bit faster. So after you put all 10 nail tips on, or just 5 actually, just from one hand, you're going to have them put it in the UV light for 60 seconds. And this is my niece, so these are her birthday nails, so I did ask her to help me, and why not? She's getting a free nail set. But yeah, so just make sure that you put enough and do not overflow your nails with gel, because then it's gonna get stuck, and I've heard that can cause lifting. Okay, so then moving forward, I measured all the nail tips with my little magnets. She did them a little bit longer, so I made them this length, so this is probably an XL. And then I am going in and I am going to be filing the sides to shape it a little bit, and also to make sure that my free edge are clean. And then I'm gonna go in with my 5-in-1 drill bit from Amazon, and I'm going to be cleaning all around the cuticle area. Just like acrylics, you're going to make sure that your cuticle area is very clean. I think on one of the fingers I did kind of overflow it, which is the reason why I made my niece help me. You guys have to see that I am barely starting to do Gel X nails, so I am making a few mistakes. I do know how to fix them. That's why I'm very fortunate to have my Gel X nails that last a long time. So just make sure that you have them very clean, like an acrylic. So here, this is what made my nails last a lot longer than they've ever lasted, because I started this method that I did see on TikTok. So whoever did this method is the best, because it has helped me perfect my Gel X methods. So what I did was got acetone and started to blend out the cuticle area. This does make my Gel X nail sets look a lot more natural. Once you kind of feel that they are kind of not melty, but like a little bit more stickier, you're going to be able to feel it with your brush. So once you start feeling that, then you know that it's really blended, and again, natural look. So then I'm going to be using a sanding band and removing all the shine. This part literally makes your gel polish last longer. If you've done nails before, you know that if you do not remove the shine from the tip, their gel will literally just come off. It's gonna chip off, and you don't want that. So that's why you have to buff the nail tips off. So just because using a sanding band does give it a little bit of a rougher feel, I use a buffer and I buff out their nails. That way it can be a lot smoother. And then after that, just make them go and wash their hands. And as soon as they're done, you can start polishing. I am using a gel polish from iGel, and then I'm adding it on all 10 nails because it's gonna have like a little French look. So it has to like a little bit more like a skin tone color. Since this color is a little bit sheer, I had to put the gel top coat twice. And make sure that you have your little acetone and your brush right next to you. That way you can clean around the cuticles to make it look very clean. This actually is my least favorite part, because a lot of the times, since I still haven't found the perfect gel that I love for this like natural nude color, I do find that this eye gel can be a little bit streaky. So this is why I have to put 2 coats rather than 1. And I do kind of like more of the sheery look, but this gel just doesn't work for me. But it is the prettiest gel that I've gotten my hands on so far. I'm making my little research, but for now I'm gonna be using this eye gel one. And after the second coat, it came out how I wanted it to look. Not as sheer, but we're gonna work with it. So then again, just make sure that every time you add a gel, you clean around the cuticles so it can look nice and neat. And it's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay if your nails, when you add the gel, it's not clean. It's fine. It is okay. There's a solution and you can always clean it. A lot of the times I make it very messy. But moving forward, I'm going to start with the French tip. So the only reason I do know the number of this is because I bought this gel color 3 times. I am in love with it. It is from Hibiscus. It is the number 147. I love it. So whenever someone tells me what pink do you recommend, this is it. Hibiscus 147. But as you can see, the way that I do a French tip nail set is that I start off by pinpointing where I'm gonna start my French tip. So depending on how deep I want it, when I do like nail art on my nails, I don't like my tip to be so deep in, my French tip to be so deep. So since these are a little bit long, that's where I started my French tip. So what I do is I pinpoint the center, and then from there I curve in all the way to my free edge, as you can see, and then from the other side I just connect it to where I pinpointed it in the beginning. So I work from middle to right towards my free edge, and then I do from the free edge from the opposite side towards the middle, and I kind of connect it. And then from there you can kind of see if, you know, if one side is a little bit wider than the other, then that's when you fix it. Honestly, don't think about it too hard, because, you know, the more you think about it, the harder the French tip. It will take you a lot longer to finish or to perfect your French tip. So just let it, you know, just keep in mind that if you make a mistake, just erase it. You know, don't try to make it, don't try fixing it from one side and then try fixing it from the other side, because you're only gonna make it, you know, higher and higher, and you're gonna end up erasing it anyways. But moving forward, in my previous videos, you will learn how to add the consistency of this airbrush really quickly. You know, add acetone, put the gel, get the right consistency, and start slowly. Add a little small thin layer of airbrush and then put it into cure for 60 seconds. And once you get to your desired look, then you can go on and do your design. So for this one, what I do is I add 3 little dots, the center being the one that's more outer, and you know, you do 5 of them. So you do 3 dots, 3 dots, 3 dots, like you saw now, and then you are going to use your liner brush to flare in the little leaves. So, you know, you want it to look a little bit flary, so use a liner brush and kind of just do 2 lines, do like 2 or 3 little lines, and that'll give you the leafy look. If you need to slow it down, slow it down. I'm trying to keep my videos pretty short, but they're super easy. Remember, it's just 3 dots and then you flare it out. Use your liner brush, don't use a thick brush, and you know, just put them everywhere. Make little flowers everywhere. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of these. And then what I'm doing also is I'm adding little random little lines where I feel like there's not a lot of design on it, and I'm adding little dots. So I'm using a dotter. I'm using a smaller one, and then just keep dotting and so I'm going from like larger to smaller little dots, and it gives it such a pretty look. If there's anything I can advise, is make sure that every time you are doing the design on a fingernail, you alternate on the hands. Make sure that you finish one design on one nail and she puts it into cure, and then you do the other hand. Like you can see, I do one finger and then have her cure, and then do the other hand, do one finger and have her cure it, because that way that prevents you from, you know, messing up the other nails, because that's actually one of my biggest problems, that I try to do all the fingers on one hand at once, and my glove will accidentally touch the other corner, like will touch the other corner of the nail, and I mess it up and I have to like start all over. So if you can get into a habit of, you know, having them put their hand in the UV light as soon as you're done with one hand, then that way you can, you know, prevent yourself from messing them up. I always leave the thumbs to the end, because you want them to dry individually and you don't want them to put their whole hand in. But here we go, we are done on all 10 nails, and I'm just going to be adding the D&D 900 top coat, and we're going to be putting it into cure for 60 seconds. And after that, you are completely done with this nail set. And look at that ombre look that I did with the airbrush. It doesn't really make a big difference, but you can definitely see a lot more detail. But please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and follow all my social medias. Till next time, goodbye.